So let's go take a look and see if we can find it. What's that? Oh no! Oh, we just about didn't make it in. No, Mega Hawlucha looks amazing, doesn't he? I mean, just take a look. I'm going to play some of this footage behind me of the reveal trailer of Mega Hawlucha. And it is just everything we wanted. A luchador looking, mega evolved Pokemon. Looks a little bit thicker, right? Looks a little bit stronger. I don't know if he's going to be faster, but he looks amazing. Hawlucha is a flying and fighting type Pokemon that was introduced in Pokemon X and Y, and in my opinion, one of the better designs to come out of those games. And so today, we're going to be taking a look at just exactly what Hawlucha could be in terms of his stats, his moves, his abilities, and yes, even his shiny form. So let's get into Mega Hawlucha Explained. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ziki1 Plays. Every comment, like, subscribe means the world to me as I'm trying to build a channel, trying to get over 1,000 subscribers. So if you would help me push past that goal, share this with your friends, that would be tremendous. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it with Mega Hawlucha. The first thing that I want to look at is maybe the part of the reason why some of you clicked on this video, and that is his shiny forms. What I've done is I've gone in and taken his model, just a little PNG of it, and adjusted the colors a little bit so that we can have an idea of what his shiny forms might look like. They're going to come on the screen now. As they roll in, you can tell it took a few different directions here, but the first one being one that I think is very likely, the top right corner there. I think that one very well could be what they go with. You can see that I changed the color of the green a little bit to be a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more out there, like in the terms of like maybe what a luchador color system would wear. And then the second one down in the bottom left, it's probably not what they're going to go with, but in terms of what I would prefer, a wildly different take on the coloration would be really cool. And then finally the bottom right, maybe the most likely, this is based off just exactly the colors of Hawlucha's base form as a shiny form. And so shiny Hawlucha, Mega Hawlucha, could look something like one of these. Please comment down below what one you like the best, which shiny form you think you'd be most excited to use in-game. Next up, I want to talk about Hawlucha's moveset and abilities and things of that nature. He's a really interesting Pokemon, and like I said, despite his design being so good, his stats have always left a little bit to be desired, but his moveset and his abilities are actually really good. So for abilities, he gets the ability Limber, he gets the ability Unburden, he also gets the ability Mold Breaker. Unburden and Mold Breaker are, of course, incredible abilities, and having the ability to pop an item like, say, a Grassy Seed, a Psychic Seed, or maybe even an Adrenaline Orb or something like that, and instantly get your speed doubled is just incredible. And it definitely catapults him into already being viable. Being able to outspeed a lot of other Pokemon and being able to hit relatively hard is a good thing going for you in that category. Now, what's interesting to me is how Unburden would interact with Mega Hawlucha. Because, it really wouldn't, right? If you are carrying a Megastone, you usually cannot have your item knocked off or dropped, and so your speed wouldn't really be able to be doubled as Mega Hawlucha. So it makes me go, I'm probably not going to see an Unburdened version of Mega Hawlucha, so are we just going to go forward with the Mold Breaker ability? I think that is actually the most likely, that Mega Hawlucha will have the Mold Breaker ability as its base ability. However, I would like to pitch one more thing out there. We could be looking at an opportunity to get a new ability in the game, something to do with flinching, and this comes down to some of the remarks made on the Pokemon official website about Mega Hawlucha and how it likes to hit its opponent fast, make them flinch before retaliate, something like that. And so something to do with maybe if you're moving faster than your opponent, having a flinch chance, or possibly having a benefit if you flinch yourself, something of that nature, I think would be a really fitting ability for Mega Hawlucha. Now, about its moves, a lot of times Mega Pokemon do not get additional moves, and so I'm not really expecting too much, rather than what they're just going to go ahead and bring in Legend ZA as well, like already. And so, however, we can definitely count on Flying Press being a part of the moveset, as well as, Swords Dance, Sky Attack, Acrobatics, those kind of things that Hawlucha has been known for running before. I also want to draw attention to the fact that Hawlucha gets access to Quick Guard. usually not super effective ability, although it could be given different circumstances, and the move Fight. Both of those are priority type moves that move quickly, but also give Hawlucha the unique ability to kind of interrupt other Pokemon that might be going for protecting moves or for priority moves themselves, and so that could play into something that Mega Hawlucha is trying to do. And finally today, we're going to look at Mega Hawlucha's stats. Now, if you're not familiar, most Mega Pokemon, whenever they are introduced, they get about 100 stat points additionally added to their total stat pool. Now, obviously, that pumps them up in power usually, or in defenses, sometimes a little bit of both. And so what I've done is I've given Hawlucha 100 additional stats, just kind of as a guesswork of where Nintendo, Pokemon in specific, might be going with this design. And so, as we go through this, understand that this is just my prediction. It is not at all what has been revealed or anything that's official yet. However, I want to start off by saying they usually don't give any increase to the HP stat, so let's get into it. Here we go. This is my prediction. I really think it would be an awesome thing to see Hawlucha get a big boost to its attack. Obviously, I think that's pretty for sure that that's going to happen, right? 92 base attack's not too great, but if you boost that up to 122, even beyond that a little bit, it's going to be one of the harder hitting fighting types in the game. Defensively, the reason I think it's getting a big defense buff, like I mentioned here on the chart, is because there's this whole idea of him being, quite a bit bigger, being able to take a hit, retaliate, being able to interrupt what the enemy is doing. I think that looks like it might play into kind of a defensive type of fighting type Pokemon. The one that comes to mind in my mind is Chestnut. Chestnut is a grass starter, but he turns into a fighting type and he ends up having a pretty big defense stat, which is able to keep him alive a few turns against physical attackers. And so making Hawlucha into a little bit of a physical tank as well as a powerful physical attacker would be really neat, I think, as a luchador. Next up, special attack. I think a modest increase to special attack is predictable. I think that's a good place to dump points without making a Pokemon too overpowered, although Hawlucha probably will not use it. And then finally, special defense. If they go too out of hand with the special defense, it could make Hawlucha very, very strong. So I think that they're going to give it a modest increase, but probably not increase it a ton, because they want to definitely keep some weaknesses in there. This will bring Mega Hawlucha to be a 600 base stat Pokemon, which, if you don't know, in competitive Pokemon is a pretty good number for base stat totals. Not unheard of in the world of Mega Evolutions, but it would be a great Pokemon nonetheless. Alright, that's all I have to say about Mega Hawlucha. He is an incredible design. I cannot wait to get my hands on one of these. And later today, tomorrow, I'm going to have a video coming out about how to shiny hunt Pokemon Hawlucha in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The reason is I think many of us are going to be wanting to get our hands on a shiny version so that we can maybe bring it into Legend ZA and Mega Evolve it there. Now, while I don't know how quickly that's going to be doable in the game, we can still go ahead and we can still go ahead and shiny hunt Hawlucha in Scarlet and Violet, just because it's fun and because we're excited to have a shiny of that Pokemon. So, all that being said, thanks for checking out my channel. Come on back to ZK1 Plays anytime that you want Pokemon content or other things related on the Switch 2 as well as the PlayStation 5. And leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.